We are live. Welcome. Welcome to a Friday stream. It is Friday, right? Whew. Summer does that to you. Um, okay. So, I am gonna be doing more tutorial planning, so nothing super exciting, but I do have more information now, so that helps a lot. Um, so to start things out where I kind of left off last time, let me actually, I don't think I opened up, yeah, the tutorial doc that I was working on. Now, so this is what we were working on last time. There we go. Okay. And we got through most of, so this is the help page. If you do slash ezEdits or slash help ezEdits flowfield, you'll get that. And let me just show you in game because why not? Okay, sound alerts is gonna need my permission for things. That's good to know. Okay, let me get away from there because that's not my stuff. Yeah, we'll go over here. All right, yeah, this is some stuff we've worked on in past streams, and not really worked on, but tested out from other people's commands, essentially. But yeah. So, is somebody else on? Oh yeah, bear builds. I swear, every time one of us pops on, the other's like AFK. It's very funny. I'll be like, hey, and then like 3 hours later, they'll say back, hello, and then the other one will be AFK, like I'll be AFK or whatever. It's very funny. We end up doing a lot of back and forth more on Discord than the actual game. Yeah. Anyway, what was I actually gonna do? Okay, right. So if we do I think I need two there. Okay, so yeah, this is the giant page for flowfield, which can be intimidating, but we'll get through it. And last time we ended on make sure I'm actually live. Hold on, there we go. Okay, sorry. We ended on m minus m. Where is it? Yeah. So wait, no. Line start. I think we. Oh, I think I might have just like not known. Yeah, I think I didn't know what minus m actually did. Okay, so we got through though. Okay, so yeah, we didn't get through many of the so we got velocity, palette, scalar. Yeah, so I kind of didn't get to the minus. I think minus m was like the first one, and I didn't even understand these either. Um, right. Okay, so I think I also asked about minus I. Me, I asked Zorani, by the way, in case it's not clear. The one who, you know, made these commands. He is the father of flowfield. I don't know that Zorani had, or not Zorani, sorry, Eztec had any hand in flowfield specifically. Um, wait, Zorani. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we'll start with minus m because this is I'm gonna just copy paste his words in, and then we'll go through it. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so that's not part of the minus m. Okay, I don't know if the images are gonna pop in here, but if they do, good. No, they won't. Okay, no, okay. So I'm just gonna copy in like part of it at a time. So let's do. This is his first like description of it, and it's probably just straight from the wiki, and I probably could have just read it from there, but that's okay. Hold on. Can I get this without having the stupid timestamp on it? Can I just like copy everything except for like the last letter and maybe not get the timestamp? No, I'm still gonna get this stupid thing. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So he kind of described both of them in that same thing. I didn't realize. Okay. He goes on later on to describe -I more anyway, so I kind of didn't even, yeah. I just assumed that he was only talking about -M with those pictures. Okay. So, let me... -M is a mask that dictates where the flow lines start. Inertia is kind of like, okay, how much the line resists changing direction. Okay, so which one is he describing here? Any block. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so this is him describing it in the actual, command that we were using. So this command, with the -M stuff. So let me pop this part in there. Oops. Like that. No? Okay, we're still red. Let's unhighlight that. Okay. So this is, let me just put in the command example. 100% for lines and -M. So this part means any block that has an X and Z coordinate divisible by 3% is modulo, which I already forget still what that is. We'll have a line start there. Okay. I'm going to be stupid and look up modulo again because I just legit can never remember the number. Okay, oh god, I hate math. This is why I hate math. I feel like I need to see it visually, you know? Like what is ah line remainder of division after one numbers. In computing, the modulo operation returns the remainder or signed remainder of division after one number is divided by another given two positive. Okay, well that's not the end of that. Given two positive numbers, A and N, A modulo N. By the way, I'm straight up just reading this from Wikipedia in case you're curious. Often abbreviated as A mod N is the remainder Euclidean division. Okay, so is there like a visual? Yeah, okay. So this is kind of visualizing it because that's what I need right now. I need to be able to see this so I can understand what it's doing visually in the plugin, which is really difficult for me. The math thing doesn't go that way with me because I'm much more of a visual person. All right. Yeah, just saying like, oh, this equals whatever, you know. Um. Anyway, we'll have the line start there. So any block that has X and Z coordinate divisible by 3 will have a line start there. Okay. Got it. So it's talking about, yeah, the flow lines. So like if it has coordinate that is divisible by 3. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So the coordinate number needs to be divisible by 3. And I guess, so in theory, okay, maybe I understand this a lot more now. And I can kind of manipulate it a little bit. Now I've kind of changed course and I'm working on the -M. Oh, wait, no, I guess, yeah, that's what we wanted to start with anyway. We're good. But yeah, so let me leave all this here. That's important. So, so it's 100% of blocks that match that mask. Okay, yeah. So, and that mask specifically in this case is inertia needs to go down here. That's this part. Okay. Because that's confusing me. So yeah, and in this case, the mask is this equation right here. And it, yeah, we just said it means that the x and z coordinate divisible by 3. And if we change that, even with like the same seed and all that stuff. So let me grab our flow command here. Let me just go to the top so I know I have the OG with no manipulations, and then we'll scroll down to -m. Okay, yeah, default. And then yeah, okay, so let me put the command again. I feel like I should like underline it when it's the default one or something. Does that seem, that seems logical? I don't know. Hey, thanks for the subscription, man. I appreciate you, Garcia, the idea. You're awesome. Okay, so yeah, that's the OG command, and we're just going to show you again what that looks like, because, oh wait, did I think I was doing that somewhere else. Where was I actually doing it? Now I forget. Dude, was it over here? Or was it, like, yeah, I think it was over here that I was doing it, right? Did I get rid of them all? Where did I, wait, where did I actually put them? Now I'm not remembering where I was in the world. I should probably have set a warp or something. All right, well, let's just be out here. Let's go set warp flow field. And that way I don't lose this place, hopefully. And then we'll just kind of make ourselves a box here. Okay, so we're going to need to focus on the selection at some point here, because that'll kind of help us with inertia. Or no. I think. Hold on. If I do this. Okay, so I think this is related to. This is kind of confusing because of the way he's like going back and forth. Right now I'm specifically testing out commands to do a tutorial for people. So I'm building flow fields, if that makes sense. But this is a very complicated command from ezEdits, which is a new plugin that you can go get by Zerani and eztac. And yeah, you can do this kind of stuff in literally a second. Like that was one command and boom, done. And it does take some amount of knowledge to be able to do it, but yeah, it's stupidly easy. Just see. Nope, that wasn't quite enough. Like 50 more. Okay, so 250 should be enough in any direction. Okay, let me go. Now we're gonna change. So before, when I was talking about the -m, we were figuring out that this 3 is the chance for it to paste in a coordinate that's divisible by that 3. So, or not paste. So like the flow lines will start from that coordinate, if I guess if that makes sense. So I guess the coordinates kind of line up here in some way where they're divisible by 3. But it's the x and z coordinate. Okay, that's still confusing, but we'll see what happens when we change it. So this should be the same seed and everything, except everything. The only thing we're going to change is 3 to 1, because that should literally just mean everything. Yeah, okay. And I was, okay, I'm right. Okay, that's good. Okay, so then let's do a really complicated number like, what's something not, like what's a prime number? A big prime number. Let's do 3-digit prime number. Just so that it's really, was it 387? Sure. 387. And this should, whoops, not 1,387, just 387. Oops. Percent. 387. Oh. Shoot. Match 0 blocks. Okay, yeah. So I was okay. So it just, I mean, there's no blocks divisible by that, which makes sense. Let's just do 7. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's just like a way of dampening it in a big way. Okay. So now I understand that. That's good because now I can explain it to people, hopefully. But okay, so let me take a screenshot of this. You know what might be the better idea? Yeah, is taking a screenshot next to the original one. So that way we can see the difference. Like this way we know that this is the original one and this is the one I'll just keep changing. I think that's kind of a mistake I was doing last time. I wasn't really doing that. Okay, let me grab options, resource packs. Still the easiest way to get to the Minecraft folder from Minecraft, which is just a big sigh to me, but whatever. I'll complain about it till the cows come home, but it's not gonna change anything. Let's be honest. So is that terrain? It's kind of like terrain. It's like really cool terrain. So okay, it's hard to explain, but something like this that's this complicated. Let me see if I can show or find the things that I was making. So I generated stems like mushroom stems essentially with a snap of my finger essentially. You know, like with one of those commands I generated like a line of stems or just a, you know, a chunk of stems coming out of the ground, which is wild to me that you can just do that. But it takes a very specific, you know, control of the command to be able to do that. And let me again just see if I can find the mushrooms because I yeah, okay, these here we go. So yeah, all of these mushrooms, every single one of them was essentially generated with a command or two. I mean, it's technically a few commands. It's not just one. Like, it's one command for the stems, which should blow your mind. One command made the stems, not the top part of the mushroom, just the stems. And it's the flow field command that we're working on now. And then I did another command that's easy scatter to do the shroom tops on top of the stems. Or actually, let me step back a little bit because there is a second process that goes before the scatter where you have to texture the stem in order to be able to have that like top block be a different block, if that makes sense. So I literally like texture it so that it has like a rainbow texture. And yeah, you can do that again with also ezEdits. But yeah, it's literally just like 4 or 5 commands that made these, and that's the beauty of it. And I'm pretty sure I've saved the commands, but regardless, I mean, they're also I think they may not be working perfectly. Again, a lot of parameters got changed, but they are in the document that I shared in my Discord for ezEdits testing commands. I'm pretty sure if you like control find mushrooms, you can find them. But yeah, that, and then, you know, just retexturing it with another texture for the top and the bottom, and bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Like, that's it. Like, it's literally one command, another command for texturing, another command for scattering the top, and then another command or two, I guess, for texturing them, like, properly. Done. Again, this stuff is very powerful if you actually know what you're doing. So no, and yes, like it's terrain, but it's also whatever you want it to be. Like that that should blow your mind, you know? And I'm pretty sure that if you can have enough control in this, you can scatter branches. So let me see if I can find the tree that I was trying to do it with. It wasn't really working how I was imagining, but I got somewhere kind of. If I can find it, I think it's over here. Yeah, this blue one. So the yellow are branches that were already there. Those were made already. And this, by the way, is a really old tree of mine. So I basically made the smaller branches entirely by hand. There was no like schematic brush back in this time when I made this tree. So yeah, it took a long time to make this tree. But yeah, as you can see, the diamond is the flow field. stuff. Like, so the diamond is just using, again, one of these sort of commands. So /flow. And again, this is only in ezEdits, so don't just try to just do this with world edit. You're not going to have any luck, I promise. And yes, it is a paid plugin, but I mean, you can already see the power of it. So I think it's worth it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting sidetracked here because yeah. A lot of power, a lot of potential. So let's go back here. Right, I was getting that screenshot and saving it to the document so that I have the comparison of the -m. Okay, and then is this highlighted? Are you serious? Let me like boom, dismiss, whatever. Not. Okay, yeah, it was definitely highlighted. That's so weird. Okay. So, what did I change? Wait, what? Okay. U, C, U. There we go. And we want to put this like right under it, and we gotta put this one got changed to 7. 7. Okay. So right, and then let me. Oops. See, right image, or right chunk, whatever. Right image would have worked, but it doesn't matter. But thank you for the compliment. Let me show you a really cool tree that I actually made mostly with ezEdits, except for the smaller branches. Again, I just use schematic brush because that's kind of still the best way to do it because I can't scatter them. But yeah, this one, or at least this variation of it, is almost entirely ezEdits. And this fun noodle spline is literally just, making a //con and going boo, whoops, making a fun shape and putting in a //easy spline, and then I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'm pretty sure it's an expression one of some kind, which is it takes a lot of stuff, but yeah, it's basically another math thing to make sure that the noodles don't touch or whatever. And yeah, it got inspired by another thing, and then easy scatter and texture for the branches. So yeah, that was fun. Looks like rope. Yeah, that's the point. Actually, let me see. Easy spline. Yeah, look, we actually have rope. I think that maybe it was just turned into one. I don't remember. But we have an actual one that's supposed to be rope. Let me just do the generic. Oh, I need an actual block for it to be. Let's just do stone. Nope. Radius. We also have to have a radius. Let's do like 50 and then 5. Oops. I think I needed to put a comma. Oops. I think I fucked that up. Yeah. Oops. Oopsie-dee-doo. Yeah, so there's just a generic one now, I guess. It's not. Sorry, that's my bad. It was an expression that he then turned into, I guess, less one that doesn't spin as much, I guess. But yeah. You're welcome, I guess. 50 down to, oops, comma, 5. Oops, I didn't undo the other one. There we go. 50, comma 5. There we go. Yeah, it's got like tornado vibes. But yeah, same, concept. And I think if you play around enough with the parameters of it, you can change the number of ropes and all that jazz. But yeah, anyway, again, as per usual, getting sidetracked trying to show people things. But ezEdits It's just one of those plugins that just has so much going on. It's hard to not want to just share it all at once, even though you can't. All right. Yeah. Now, inertia. So let's go ahead and grab our generic command again. -I. Yeah. So default in there is that. Okay. I think this is default. Yep. Okay. And now we're gonna change -I. So it's 1 right now. Now I can get his oh, okay, yeah. So yeah. And in theory, sorry, just so the -M, I can also kind of simplify it. I'm just gonna write this down. I don't need to put the in theory part, but you can also mask blocks. So if you had a thing or a selection with you know, red wool, or I don't know. Yeah, sure, red wool, you can have the flow start from only those blocks. Only that, well, I guess I should put those, because then, yeah. Oh, I didn't just find this tool. I helped make this tool a reality. Let's just put it that way. And the original author's tool instruction just get you started, and you are trying to make more complex tutorial on using the tool in more ways that they did not cover. Yeah, I mean, kind of, essentially. But so this, I mean, they didn't really cover anything. Well, I mean, they cover it all when you read it, technically. Like, you can read this and be like, oh, if you know what, start point max jitter means, sure, go for it. Like, just use the tool. But, like, not everybody knows what that actually fucking means. And some people, like me, just need to see the visual change, what's actually being modified when you change the parameters in that thing. And every other parameter stays the same, and you just change those ones, like what is actually happening, kind of thing. Like, not just saying it, but showing it. Did I freeze? Or did my thing freeze? Hold on. Okay, yeah, looks like we're live. Sorry, my nose is itching again. Ugh, I hate it. Put itch cream on my nose. But yeah, I mean, basically trying to cover more, but also just trying to be more visual and show things in the best way I can. And yeah, just like this next one, like I don't even know what this means. Like when they say for -I, point inertia weighting. Don't know what that actually means it's gonna do in the plugin. I know what inertia is, I know what weighting is, but I just can't. That the puzzle pieces aren't connecting there. That's yeah. And I literally had to ask him, and this is here. Let me show you. -I is quite sensitive. This is what Zerani said when I asked him to kind of clarify a little bit more for me, because I'm an idiot. Let me do that. Whoa. Okay. Don't want this to be red. Whoops. Let's go ahead and un that off. Un that off. Yes. Good wording. I speak good. Okay, -I is quite sensitive, so even -I point or 0.1 will start to result in straight-ish lines. Okay, so this is just like straightening the lines. That's the best way to put it. Let me see. He said more on -I, I think. Yeah, so that's -M. He's just talking more about -M there. Nice eye is quite sensitive. Said something else. What did it? Yeah, wait. What else did I paste down? um, yeah, inertia is kind of like how much lines resist changing directions. Okay, so that's, I guess, a better way to put it than just the lines are getting straighter. I mean, that's the simplest way I could probably put it, though. But not necessarily the, like, these lines, if that makes sense. Let me just do it, and then I'll see if I can explain it. And then we'll see if I can, you know, change it. Okay, so let's go ahead. Do we still have... No, we do not. So, cuboid. Reselect this bad boy. Boom. Boom. And just get rid of that. And just to verify that I have the same thing going on. Yep, okay. Now, if we change everything but inertia, so let's do 0.1 and just see what that looks like, because that should be crazy different, right? Honestly, not as different as I was thinking. So he says it's sensitive. Let's change it to like 5, because it was at 1. Okay, so is it maybe it needs to be, I don't know. What is like the max? Is it less? So like 0.01? 0, okay, 0.2. Okay, so that did make the lines more sort of smooth. I wouldn't say towards... Wait, what is it? What does he actually say? Towards straight or something like that? So yeah, minus I 0.01 will start to result in straight-ish lines. Okay. Let me just keep adding zeros and see how straight the lines get. I think he might just mean smooth. It's like that just looks more noisy than the last one when I changed this. So let's just add another 0. Okay, so yeah, I think it's just more smooth lines than straight, I guess. This ain't Minecraft, it's Ingiercraft. Honestly, I mean, have you seen some of the crazy stuff you can do with Axiom at this point too? Like, the only reason I'm showing specifically this is because you can't do this stuff in Axiom. But there is some similar things that you can do, like with noise. There's a lot of stuff you can do with noise now, I guess, in Axiom. But yeah, no, it's free. Just saying. Okay. So I'm actually gonna save this one just because it's a little more drastic, I think. So maybe I'll do both. Actually, yeah, maybe I'm gonna do both here. I'm gonna let me do actually, let me shift it back and then let's shift it that way. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to visualize it. So this middle one's gonna be 0.002, and the other one will be something else. Let's go with like a big number, like hee. Okay, yeah, so that's like almost the same looking as the other side. When I make that, let's do like 2 zeros behind that too and just see what difference we kind of get. So, oops, I'm just zooming in. I think that's going to be a good indication. Let's see. Yeah, that part got a little more rough is what I would kind of identify as what's happening here. So just kind of looking at that ridge and then like that ridge. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Like if you look back and forth, sorry, this one. Yeah, it just looks a little more rough, I guess. I want to be able to see if I can do it like so it's really obvious. Like let's just keep adding zeros till it's like stupidly obvious. Yeah, it's definitely a little different looking. But I think, yeah, this just isn't changing much, just making this a stupid big number. I think it's about as, like, rough as it's gonna get, I guess. That makes sense. I think just the difference between those two is probably enough. It's per usual, but so yeah, we'll just slide over here. So I think 0.0002 or whatever. How many zeros did I have? 002. Okay, let's try 02. Or actually, let me shift it back and then go ahead and get rid of it. Oops. And then just so I can see it. Selection is there. Less fuzz in the train lines. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like, yeah, less noise is what I would say. But there is, I'm pretty sure there's literally a parameter for specifically noise. If I don't, am I remembering right? Well, I mean that noise in the way that like it's just like static. I guess not noise, but static. That's a better way to put it. Because yeah, you can literally put any kind of noise into the flow field, if that makes sense. And there's a lot, like infinite, basically. Uh, yeah. Yeah, and I think noise is going to have to be one of the ones that I make a dedicated tutorial for. I think I've already said this a few times, but noise in general can be used in any of the ezEdits commands, and there's also noise within Axiom and stuff too now, which I might kind of touch on, but I don't. I mean, I'm not going to like go over it in the same vein as a tutorial, I guess, as I will with ezEdits. Um, okay, so, oops. What I wanted to do, back to the 0.02. Let's just make it 0.02 and see how visually. Okay, so it's still really smooth lines, but okay. So let's just do 0.2 and see how smooth that is comparatively. Okay, so it's pretty smooth, but like that's not as obvious. So I'm gonna do the 0.2 because I think that's like, wow, that's way more smooth. Yeah, I like that. That's very visually obvious what's going on there. Okay. So, man, I can barely make a brick house in MC. This is like rocket science. Fair enough. I mean, it is kind of complicated. This is one of the more complicated things you can do, like in Minecraft, period, in terms of commands. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think of like something that is a step above this, and I literally cannot because this uses everything. If that makes sense, like this is like, like the / g command, the generate command, where you can put expressions. This literally has a part where you can put an expression in there and then just roll with that, which I don't know. It's just there's yeah an infinite amount of things you can do with this, and that's why I mean making a tutorial for this is daunting in the first place, but using it is also daunting. So you can see the struggle or the need for the tutorial so that hopefully people don't struggle as much, I guess. But yeah, so minus we're gonna go ahead. We want to just take this, so copy, and then boom. And you know what? We'll just change this to this because that's what I'm gonna put in the command. And I'm gonna go ahead and delete that so that I can throw this one in there. Make that a little schmoda. All right, and that way we can kind of see it. I mean, can't really, but gosh dang it, I'm sorry. My nose is itching so much. I hate it. Just constantly itching my nose right now. I might need to go get some like itch cream or something because it's really bugging me. There are two. Okay. And I think I need to start like highlighting the part that I'm actually changing here with something. Like, I mean, green makes sense, but also just like a bright ass blue. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go through and do that really quick just because, yeah. So, literally just the 7 is what I'm gonna highlight for this. Those two, we want to be bright blue. Okay. Um, should also be putting like a line between these so I can actually like see the difference. Let me just do that too. So, which one's going to be the best line? The underscore? Yeah. Do a line of underscores. Okay. And we'll just copy that. Throw that in wherever we need it to be. So palette. Yeah. Throw that line there. 1.5. You're getting changed to blue. I think I missed this one, which is the cellular. This whole chunk here. Blue. Okay. And then here. So I think this is where we need our line. Velocity is going to be this one. Okay. And I think that's where we need a line. Yeah, iterations. So now 100. Boom. Blue. Okay. Plop that line in there. Lines 50%. Oh wait, did I screw up somewhere? No, that's the change. We're good. We're good. Because yeah, the default one was 100. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and underline this one too, just so I know. Default command. That's the one we're working off of. Okay. Yeah, this is just becoming more and more complicated as we go, but that is a-okay. Okay, put a line there just so I'm good. Lines, so palette. Yeah. Default command image. Let's go ahead and, oops. Yeah, lines 100%, lines 50. Oh wait, whoops. Let me go ahead. Let me just do seed. Put that there just so that I know these are two different things that are actually needing to be talked about separately. We'll kind of give them their, like, palette is stupid, but it does need to be talked about because you can put more than just block. You can put hashtag grayscale, which is the default like texture palettes that they have, which will result in something a little prettier than doing I mean, just so that I can, I mean, I guess I should probably visually show this just so I can do that, you know, like let's go up here and instead of grayscale, so let me actually put this equals hashtag grayscale, and then what we're gonna do is change that to just like a block, just so you can see. Let's just do stone so that it's obvious. Yeah, that's the difference between something that's textured and something that's not. So this is a palette and this is a block. No, I'm just kidding. Palette without no, not palette, but what is it actually called? No, it's yeah, no, it is called palette, but you don't have to have, so palette, I mean, I guess I would have to explain what grayscale is, but I can, I mean, I guess for this part, I'm gonna mostly kind of push people towards Megray's video because that'll explain a lot better what a palette is, I think. And I think knowing like how the texturing system works will help a lot anyway. So I think that's worth doing. Let me um, okay, so just doing that so I can have that as a I think it's not, it's like REAREY or something like that. I'm probably spelling it wrong, but anyway, doesn't matter. It's just a note. um I'll get it right when I actually make the video, I promise. Um so palette, let me drag this in here. Shrink that down a lot because I don't need to, I mean, yeah, you can see one has texturing and one is just a block equals stone. And yeah, that's this one. Okay. That's that. Seed. Random generation of terrain based on a number. So, isn't random if you with a number though, if that makes sense. So I guess what is it, like -1? That what's the default that has like no seed minus s? Yeah, so default's to -1, which is just random, literally random. So like every time you type the command, it will be a different seed, even if you're putting it in the same spot and everything. Doing all the same parameters. If you don't specify a seed, it will be random, if that makes sense. So let me actually just try and explain that in words that I type. So the seed will be random. Yeah, I already specify if you, unless you specify with a number. Let me actually put it that way. Yeah. So seed will be random. -1 for random seed. That's already in there. I don't know. Well, that'll be, but yeah. But if you specify with a number, like, what is it in our example? Just 1, I think. Yeah, minus S1. Okay. Like an example, seed will be consistent no matter where the selection is. So let me just put another picture of this. Let me undo this and let me put, so we're back to default command minus S, and let me put -1 just so that it's like obvious that it's another seed. Yeah, so let's just go ahead F2, and then I'm gonna put seed equals negative, and type -1, and then we're gonna throw this here, make that smaller just so that we know. Okay, there we go. So we go ahead and undo that and we change it back to 1. It should be good. Yep. Well, kind of. The hell? Oh, I think we still, whoops. I think I, yeah, I flubbed up and I didn't change the -I back to 1. Let's go ahead and just do that and retake the screenshot. Yeah. Okay, so that's actually the same. Let's go ahead and change that to -1. It was 1, right? For -I. Let me just grab the freaking, yeah, it's 1. That's okay. Okay. Let me take that screenshot again. Let me delete that one. Let me get rid of this stupid highlight. Yeah, I hate that you have to just make it a tiny bit larger for the highlight button to pop up there. I'm sure there's a way to get to it otherwise, but it's still annoying. Actually, just none. Okay, and now we can throw... I'm gonna actually just delete this screenshot so I don't get confused and throw this one in here now. Okay, so that's the new actual seed change, nothing else. Just seed -1. Okay. Yeah. Again, make that a lot smaller. Go ahead and try and, yeah, do that. And then, okay. You can tell like where I learned and where I've been. Just, you know, this is previous stuff. It's fine. Um, all right. I don't think I have this copied anymore. So now we get to inertia down there. We have that as all mask. Wow, that's a big chunk. We can make this a little smaller. Hopefully fit a little more on things. Doesn't need to be a huge picture, just a picture. There we go. All right, that is really difficult to see that one. I will make that a tiny bit bigger. All right. And now we're on to... Is -G actually the next thing in the... No, it's -J that's the next thing in the actual command, but I think -G is before -J on the... Yeah, so it's -I, and then -G, then -J. Okay. So I am right to do that. Let me go ahead and just throw these in between. This is going to go way down. Whoa, that got loud. Sorry. Hold on. Where'd OBS go? Okay. Back down a smidge. Just a smidge. Oh yeah, I forgot. I saw Deadpool. And Wolverine. Pretty good. It's fun. I won't go into depth or anything, but yeah, it's fun. Would recommend going to see it if I were you. Do love seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again. That's good stuff. Default none. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna highlight this one red. Okay, and I'm gonna unhighlight this stuff red because now we kind of know what it does. We don't need to. Whoops. Let's just do that and then whoops. Undo that. Okay. Did I spell inertia wrong? I feel like I did. INERT. Yeah. IA. I'm so stupid. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I know how to spell. Okay. So yeah, we'll start with this one. Because this one we can probably pretty easily show. Grab that again, just so I have it. Plop it there, just so I wanna. It's on a new page. I'm just gonna put it on the top of the new page. We're gonna have to. Oops. Well, just do that. Underline. So what are we actually gonna change? Let's just change it all to 0 first. And I'm also gonna write down, what does it actually say it's doing? Start point max jitter. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna put little quotations and marks around that just so I know that's what it actually says. Okay. Oh. Sorry. This one is really obvious to me. I was just looking ahead too much. All right, so yeah, this is what we're changing. The 0, 0, 0. I don't actually know if it's gonna work very well for us, but blue. Either way, we're gonna have to highlight it. Okay. So we'll go ahead and make that that. I still have that there. That's good. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So I think for this one we might have to do multiple. Did I take a screenshot of this? No, I didn't yet. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of that. So this one's gonna be 0, 0, 0. We'll go ahead and drag that in there. So let me put equals bracket 0, 0. What? Why did I stop typing? 0. And then sorry, my brain just had a part. All right. Just stopped working. The gears hit their limit. All right. And then we're gonna need to do another one. I'm only gonna do a couple, I think. So we know that obviously the default is 1, 0, 1, but let's just do 1, 1, 1 so that it's kind of, oops. I'll do that. So let me just do minus j equals 1, 1, 1. So we can see the difference. I'll put this image down there. All right, let's go ahead and shrink that a lot. Maybe not that much. Why? Oh. Okay, there we go. How do I put it under it? That one. Back to the Minecraft. Undo that one. Pop that in. Make it ones instead. Oh, I didn't even realize it's ×3. Shoot. Shoot. The default is actually this part too. Is important to probably highlight. Probably make that a different number. Well, whoops. Actually, I want that blue. Okay. Did want that blue though. Okay. Let's actually get rid of the ×3 and just see what that does. So that's without ×3. 1, 1, 1, and this is. I just take a screenshot of that. Okay, and then undo. Yeah, so let's just add a ×3 to it. That is indeed different. That looks more similar to exactly what it is already. So that middle one isn't changing much, is what it seems. The outer ones are what? They're more changing this flow field specifically. Anyway. Okay. So undo that. I think the other one shows the jitter changing enough that I'm just going to leave the other ones out for now. I mean, I took the picture with the ×3. Okay, let me just show you. This is the so this is 0, 0, 0, and this one, if it lets me freaking, there we go. This one, okay, so 0, 0, 0, and 1, 1, 1, and these are both ×3. I'm pretty sure, or no. Wait, shit. What did I actually change? So this is 1, 1, 1. Okay, so this is just 1, 1, 1. Yeah, without the ×3. Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and just throw that in there just so I'm not confused. And I know what I'm doing, hopefully. I don't, but, you know. We'll pretend. go ahead and make this full screen again. So now, yeah, I'm gonna worry about minus G in a bit. So because this one is just stupidly easy. I already know what it does. And this one, I'm gonna have to kind of specify. Probably won't work well unless you're using the hashtag or hashtag palettes. Meg Ray again for reference or more info. There we go. Okay. How far to expand? I don't actually know. I guess that's like how far up it's going. Maybe. Minus B. Let me look at the thing up here. Minus B. How far to expand the region when calculating lines does not place blocks outside the region. Okay. Yeah. So it is just how far up the lines go. Okay. Great. I just need to undo this. Need to minus F. We're just gonna literally get rid of minus F. There we go. It's got holes in it. Wait. Oh, I don't think that's the default. Let me make sure I have default command. Then do that. Just literally get rid of. Oops. Minus F. There we go. Okay. F2. Throw that one in there. Let me do it. So, oops. Throw that in there. Control underline. I mean, I'm going to highlight it blue, but I'm not going to get rid of it. I think that'll be the best way to do that. No minus F. And then we put the picture. By picture, I mean screenshot. Results in air gaps because it's not filling, essentially. That one actually just makes sense, even without visualization, I feel, but maybe that's just me. Okay, we'll end today with minus B, by the way, once we finish up this. But first, yeah, I wanted to test quickly that using like no minus F and then also changing this to stone. Oops, undo. Now let's do that. And yeah, it's still the same, actually, which is interesting. And if we put it, it'll just fill it with stone. Yep. Cool. Okay. I need to fix that statement then. And by fix, I mean just get rid of it. All right. So minus B. Command equals what? Minus B is 32. Okay, yeah, it's default. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that's not actually default. What is actually default? Minus B, 0. Okay, so command okay. Dang it. If I can freaking type minus, there we go. Minus b equals, let's do like 5 just so it's a smaller number, kind of closer to 0. Maybe 2 or something even would work, but we'll try 5 just to see what that looks like, and then we'll go from there. Let me grab, again, default. Okay. Go ahead and undo that. Okay, I mean, you can kind of see, like, on the right side there's a lot more gray kind of popping up. I mean, actually, I think that's just because the seed got botched. Maybe not, actually. Hold on. Let me undo. Undo. Change this back to 32. Is it going to make the same? Yeah, okay, never mind. It is changing it quite a bit. Okay. It kind of changed the whole thing a lot more than I thought it was. Let's go do like 2. Okay. Yeah, I added like a whole sort of, sort of chunk on this side here. Like you can, it kind of just like shifted everything up and added some stuff. It's interesting. Okay. We'll take that screenshot, drag that into the dock. I think I think this was 2. Whoops. If I'm not mistaken. There we go. Yeah. The last command I used was 2, right? For the, yeah. Instead of 5, which is fine. Oops, I need the document, not that. Doom. Drag that into there. There we go. Go ahead and make that a bit smaller. All right. Beautiful. And now, all we have to do is everything else that we didn't do. But yeah, I'm going to save that for another day, and I'm going to go ahead and just put a bunch of these lines just so I have them. Ah! What the heck? That was weird. Okay. So just real quick, so we have minus a lot of things that aren't included in the other commands. So we add minus b. So we have minus x, y, and z, which are easy to pop down real quick. Which are seemingly pretty straightforward. Minus x, whoops. Minus y. And minus z. What do I think it was? Minus e. Minus s, minus c, and we already did f. Okay. S minus c. S. C. What else did I miss? T? Yeah. And minus T. Okay. That will do it, I think. Yeah. So, look forward again still to this tutorial. It's a slow progress, I know, but we'll get there eventually. I got a lot of parameters to figure out myself, so I can explain them to others. And hopefully not a super confusing way. But yeah, with that, thank you all for watching. I am sure you know how the buttons work down there by now, so do click them as you please. Pluto out.